Hello everyone! Welcome back to another episode of Noble Vlogs. As you guys can tell by the thumbnail of the video, we are finally cutting hay. First cutting is finally going down on the ground. But before we do that, before I start heading out to the field, I first got to fuel up the windrower and adjust the forming shields so that the windrow is not as wide as it can be, rather so that it's as narrow as it can be. I'll explain that more into the video, why we were doing that, but for now, let's get out there, get it ready, and head up to the field. I hope you guys enjoy the video and stay tuned. So I just got done cutting straight back and forth here right by the pivot point. The pivot point's just over that hill, if you guys can see it. And now I'm gonna start going with the pivot tracks. We do this because if we go straight back and forth all the time, these pivot tracks are pretty deep, and so and this thing does not ride smooth at all. And so it's just easier going with the pivot tracks than going straight back and forth. But when we get closer to the middle of the field, closer to the pivot point, the curve of the pivot tracks actually starts to get pretty sharp, and then we start running over the windrows with the tractor and rake, and then the baler. It's not good to be running over the windrow, and so that's why we just go straight back and forth here. But now I'm going to start going around with the pivot tracks. James, he is out here with our pole type windrower in the 83, and he's on the outside while I'm on the inside, and I'm gonna be working my way out. He's gonna be working his way in, and when we get closer together, I gotta go to a different field and open that up. Since I have a self-propelled one, I open it up so that way the tractor's not running over any of the crop. And then once it's opened up, James gets done here, then he will come over and start windrowing over there. Getting out to check it, and not too bad. That's kind of that's what you want. You want to see those kinks in the stock there. Those kinks, they allow the moisture to get out of the stem, and it dries out. I mean, I just feel moisture in there. Yeah. But it's cutting good. Other than coming this way, it seems like it's lodged to the north. As you can see here, wasn't able to cut that. It just slides right over. But going south though, when that crop's laying into the header, it cuts it real nice and short. You guys can see. That's what we want, trying to get as much crop off of this as possible. Another thing too, I occasionally check on, I just check on the header, make sure everything is intact, no knives are broken, bent, or anything. Looking pretty good. Lots of sand out here, lots of gopher mounds, and the sand, when it's wet, it'll stick to the top of the door here. And we can't really help that. Gopher mounds, we can't, there's not a whole lot that we can do. We could have ran a harrow on this, but we don't have a harrow that we could have used. Look at this. Just like all of our other fields, they have got bugs in them. Look at all those worms. You do not want to see that. That right there, I believe, is the weevils. We do not want those. James is gonna finish up this field on his own. He doesn't have a whole lot left. A little over a span on the pivot. I'm gonna go over to the next field now. It's just these two fields are actually connected, and I'm gonna open up the next field. So then, once James is done with this one, he can just quickly shoot over, and start cutting on this next one. We knock as much down as we can today. I got the entire field opened up right now. James, he's actually coming up behind me, but what I did was I went around on the outside of the end tire of this pivot here, and that's completely done. So now all that's left is just where the pivot has been, and so I'm gonna head into the inside, work along the pivot point there, going straight back and forth, and then I'll start going around the pivot, or with the pivot tracks. Wrapping up for the day. James, he should be going around the field one more time, and then he's gonna meet me over by where we are parking the field trailer and pick up. I'm gonna park just by the field trailer, and we'll pick this video up tomorrow. I'll hopefully finish up cutting. James, he's gonna be raking this because we are actually going to be chopping this for haylage. We just decided that we're a little bit behind, so we just need to get going by us chopping this. It's gonna remove some tasks of us baling it, us stacking the bales, and it's just, we kind of had an outlet that we could go to with it, and so we just decided, let's go ahead and chop it. But both of these cords are actually gonna be chopped for haylage, so gonna park it up here and probably catch you guys in the morning. Got done going around the pivot. Now I'm actually waiting for the pivot to move, so then I can chop this strip right here where the pivot's sitting. So I'm just walking it out. I will cut that. Typically takes me one time down and then one time back, so that way I don't have to drive all the way back to the pivot point and then shut it off. And so it's basically around. The chopper is here. They are cutting today. That's why there's no end rows here anymore going along the pivot. But this out here though is still here. They're still over on the other quarter, but from the looks of it, looks like they are flying. I think James said that they might be going 10 mile an hour. Got here at 8, started cutting at 8, and it's noon now. So that was pretty good time, I'd say. I had probably 50 acres or so that I had to do. And so it's good that got that finally knocked out, windrow this, and head on to the next field. Heading home. Oh, I wish you guys could smell this. This smell is awesome. Freshly cut hay and then it's chopped. It's fantastic. Dad claims that he's going to be able to get those 2 cores to fit into this bunker. I don't quite know about that, as he's working his way back there, back to the end of the concrete. Guess he could put some there, but still, they still have a whole nother 125 acres to cut, and they're probably not even done with the field that they're on right now. So that's gonna do it for this episode, guys. I hope you enjoyed the video. Haying is finally kicking off. Next video or video after that will probably be us baling. Like I said, I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. Comment down below what you liked about the video, what you want to see. Like always, like and subscribe if you want to. It's always a big help, you guys supporting the channel. That's all I got for you guys in this video. I hope you guys stay tuned for the next video. See ya!